everyone. Welcome to week 1 of our Prep Comp course. I'm going to share the page here and get to the week 1 overview page. All right, so here we are in week 1. This is a week where we're getting to know each other. You're getting familiar with how the course is organized. You're going to be doing a lot of reading and viewing of videos. It's going to take a little bit of time. It's all stuff that you need to get done in order to progress to the following weeks. So we're going to be reviewing the course syllabus, not in this video. It will be a separate video, talking about the objectives, expectations. You will also introduce yourselves to one another, and this will also serve as an introduction to you to college level reading, writing, and critical thinking. So this first week is an opportunity to familiarize yourself with Canvas, the layout of this fully online asynchronous class. So each module, as I said in my overview video, each module will look similar to this one. You'll have information, readings, videos, and assignments. So use these headers to guide you through the brief overview of the week's work. Typically, you'll have things to read or watch, opportunities for discussion with your classmates and me, and assignments due throughout the week. I try to provide course objectives each week. You can work at your own speed, but make sure that you pay close attention to the assignment deadlines and due dates, as well as the amount of stuff that needs to be read or watched each week, so you can plan your week out accordingly. So the objectives for this week is to establish a classroom community by introducing ourselves to one another, and that will be done on a course discussion board. That is discussion board number 0. Don't ask. You will also acknowledge an understanding of the course requirements as outlined in the syllabus, and you will use the various features of Canvas to become familiar with submission guidelines. So let's talk a little bit about the readings. And I talked about this briefly in the course overview video. These readings will help you to understand the purpose of the course and its application to your major or the field of study. So you'll start to see the big picture about college reading and writing, and you'll also get some practice in reading rhetorically. So make sure that you download a copy of the course text, the Writer's Practice. This is a PDF format. If you want another format, you can go into the syllabus and find the information on how to download the various formats at archive.org. The page numbers for that text will be referred to for the PDF copy. I will also list the chapter titles and section headings so that everybody will hopefully be able to find what you're supposed to be reading. There are also readings that are outside of our course text, so be sure to read those as well, since they typically prepare you for the weekly quiz and provide information to help you in your writing assignments. So make sure that you look over the course syllabus, download the Writer's Practice, and I'd like you to read the introduction to the Writer's Practice on pages 23 to 28 in the PDF. We will also be doing a little bit of grammar review. This is something I've discovered that I kind of was a little relaxed on in my past 2 semesters teaching 099. So I want to make sure that you get the information that you need and maybe get the practice that you need as well. So this week you are reading about apostrophes, possessives, and contractions from the UM-RET lab. This will help you to prepare for the weekly grammar quiz. I'll talk about that in a minute. I also want you to read the essay, or the module, I guess, called Moving Beyond the 5-Paragraph Essay. I want you to click on the next button at the bottom of the page at the University of Mississippi RET Lab. This will help you to move through the module. Read through the page beyond formulaic writing. So I'm going to open this up so that you see what I'm talking about. It starts on this page, Why It Matters Beyond the 5-Paragraph Essay. Very short pages. And then you see the buttons at the bottom. Click on Next. Again, addresses the outcome. reading about formulaic versus organic structure. This one's a little bit longer. Sometimes there will be graphics in the middle that can help you visualize things. So this is the organic college paper versus the typical 5-paragraph theme. To see the differences between, there's also links to practice. If you copy and paste this link, it'll open up into a different page. Let's see. Yeah, make sure I'm not lying about it. It will open up to an opportunity where you can do some practice if you feel you need to do some practice. This is taking a while to load. And yeah, so it's just a quick 3-question quiz that you can play with if you want to, beyond formulaic writing. So this will be the last page in the module that I want you to read. They also provide examples. This one's a little bit longer to read through, but not overwhelming. So that is the 5-paragraph essay, moving beyond the 5-paragraph essay from the UM-RET Lab. This week, you're watching this weekly overview video. Hopefully, I don't think anything else really needs explanation or a separate video. So you'll just be watching this video. If for some reason I find that I want you to watch an additional video, the link will be here. And these are usually on YouTube, or they might be TED Talks from the TED website. So let's talk about the assignments. So what you can expect on a weekly basis is that you'll actually have grammar quizzes weekly. These will be very short quizzes, 5 questions. This just provides you with an opportunity to kind of refresh your memory as far as the various grammar rules. They're not very hard, and you have multiple opportunities to improve your grade. I think I give you 3 chances for each one. I will try to have links for the readings that they're related to so that you can actually go to it before you go through the quiz. You have 3 attempts to improve your score. It's not timed. There's no time limit. And you will always have an opportunity to see the correct answer and then retake the quiz. So again, this may seem like a very easy peasy type of thing. But instead of having you complete a worksheet or something like that, I figured just provide you with the opportunity of reading these things and then applying that information in the form of a quiz. So as I said here, only 5 questions, right? Not too overwhelming there. And you will be doing that on a weekly basis. That is not something that I will actively be teaching you. This is kind of just refresher material for those of you who might need practice with grammar or review. Then we have the discussion board. This is a graded discussion board, 5 points possible. It's simply posting an introduction to your classmates so that we can get to know one another and build a classroom community. So things that you want to include are your name, if you have a major, what your major is or what you might be thinking about, any hobbies or interests. Photos are a plus. If you are an athlete, I want to know that you're an athlete, that kind of thing. But really, whatever your passion is, whatever brings you joy. Again, photos are great. If you have pets, I love to see photos of pets. Anything else that you want to share, a pet pic, as I said before, your latest accomplishment, something you're really proud of. You can also type your intro, or if you want to do a video or an audio file, you're more than welcome to do that. Be creative and have fun with it. Then the other discussion board 1 is called PB&J. Now this one is something that was developed by the writer of our text, John Warner. It was taken from another one of his books, Why They Can't Write. And essentially what this is asking you to do is to write out the instructions for making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So as it says here, you might be thinking this is beneath you. That's fine. Continue to believe it if you must, but do it anyway. Consider it a warm-up. So he's introducing this writing exercise as a problem, and then a purpose, and then the process. The problem is someone wants a PB&J. They don't know how to make one. You need to tell them how to do it because they're hungry and peanut butter and jelly is good. Your opinions may vary. So the purpose is to provide your audience with a piece of writing that allows them to satisfy themselves with a delicious PB&J sandwich. And the process is to write directions for making a peanut butter jelly sandwich. So what I want you to do here in this discussion board is to post your instructions on how to make a peanut butter and jelly. You can do it in numbered steps, in paragraph narrative format. The choice is yours. I'm not picky about how you get the information down. I want you to do it, right? Try to be as detailed as possible with your instructions. And then I want you to select one of your peers' posts. So you actually have to write your own post first before you can see a peer's post. But then once you're able to see a peer's post, you can print out their instructions or follow them on your device and try to make the sandwich by only following their directions. If you have nut allergies and you don't have peanut butter in your house, then just imagine that you're making the sandwich by following their directions. And then I want you to report back to that peer, responding to their instructions on the discussion board by answering the following questions. Did following the directions result in an acceptable sandwich? Is anything missing from the directions? And then I want you to think, did they think of something that you forgot to include in your own directions? Right? So, so it's a 2-point thing. It's 15 points possible. So make sure that you have your original post and then respond to at least one of your classmates, right? One of your peers. Try to make the sandwich the way that they told you to. Hopefully this will be fun. I don't want you to go out and buy peanut butter and jelly and bread if you don't have the ingredients, but at least imagine that you're making the sandwich. If you do have the makings for a sandwich and you like that kind of a sandwich, then try to follow their instructions the way it's written and see what the results are. So those are the discussion board posts, the grammar quiz, and then lastly, you have a journal. You will also be having almost every week the opportunity to write a journal in response to a given prompt. I try to make these interesting, and they're not always related to what we're working on. Sometimes it's just a writing exploration so that you have an opportunity to practice writing, right? So this one is actually dealing with the topic, the 5-paragraph essay or the 5-paragraph theme. There's an image here, an illustration from Sandra Boynton about the 5-paragraph theme. And it has the introductory paragraph, lots of teeth, no bite, the thesis statement, the main point of the theme, development, 3 paragraphs with topic sentences and some minor points, mostly bulk. Concluding paragraph, somewhat limp and drawn out, goes over same ground as 4 preceding paragraphs. Color, glossy rose-colored exterior, rather blue underneath. Occasional theme has a blend resulting in purple passages. And that is referring to actual purple prose. Those of you who have maybe taken any kind of creative writing or have done any creative writing might understand what purple prose is, like overly descriptive. Obviously, the image above is a humorous depiction of one person's conception of the 5-paragraph essay or theme. So in this journal entry, I want you to think about what experiences you have writing 5-paragraph essays. What do you think about them? Are they useful or should they be banished forever? So it may be that it's been a long time since you've had to write an essay. Maybe you never had to write a 5-paragraph essay. maybe that's the only type of essay you've ever written. I want to know what your experience is. So compose your response in full sentences using paragraphs where appropriate. Take the time to write your response thoughtfully. If you don't have experience writing 5-paragraph essays, then compose your response within the framework, perhaps asking questions of yourself or to me to gain some clarification and or understanding. You might want to ask, what is a 5-paragraph essay? Why do we write them? Why are they depicted as such a beastly thing? I also want you to respond with your reaction to the illustration above if you feel so moved to do. Okay. This is worth 25 points, and you can submit it as a text entry box or file upload. Remember, if you do a file upload, it needs to be a Microsoft Word document or a PDF. For whatever reason, Canvas does not play nicely with Apple Pages. I can't read them in the reader, and I don't have the appropriate software on my Microsoft Windows-based computer to read Apple Pages. So you need to make sure that it's either converted to a PDF or that you're writing in Microsoft Word, or a Google Doc that is then downloaded in the correct format and then submitted to Canvas. So that is all that's required for this week for the assignments. Again, week 1, do the readings, watch this video, which you're doing right now, do the short grammar quiz. Remember that you need to do the readings in order to complete the quiz, unless you're a grammar pro. And then post your introduction and your PB&J instructions, as well as the response. The initial post for discussion board 1, the PBJ instructions, is due Sunday the 14th, but then your peer response isn't due until the 17th, which is Wednesday, I believe. I'm checking my calendar right now to make sure I'm not misquoting. And yes, Wednesday the 17th for the peer response. Everything else is due Sunday the 14th. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email, or you can send a text to my phone number. It's a Google phone number, so don't feel like you're invading my privacy or anything like that. I will get it on my mobile phone. But if I don't respond right away, don't panic, don't send multiple texts. It usually means I'm busy doing something. As I said before in my overview video, it's baseball season. And it's high school baseball season. It's my son's first year playing high school baseball. So we have lots of games because we're doing makeups because of rainouts. But then we have a couple weeks break, and then boom, we're into the summer season. So yeah, crazy stuff there, right? If you have any questions, get in touch with me and I will provide you with clarifications. Otherwise, I look forward to reading your introductions and your journals and your PB&J instructions. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.